Hey riders, Sunday morning, April 14th, 2024, Team GRC Sunday short race coming at you live from the studio inside Cycling World. You got Colin here, your commentator. You know who I am. So here we are, we're on a Sunday morning. It is currently about 8:14 in the morning for me. I wanted to ride this. I'm signed up for it. But I guess fortunately I kind of had my first sale rental at work, and I'm going to be there this morning at 10 o'clock to let some of this heavy equipment go out the door out of our shop. I just got to see the process. It's kind of exciting for me. It's an hour drive, so I'm going to be cutting things extremely close. I'm going to cover what I can. In fact, I'll probably... let's think. I probably want to be out of here in like 35, 40 minutes. Just so I'm not showing up as the guys at my door waiting. So that's kind of what I've got planned here. I don't think I'll even have enough time to start the upload, because when I do them this way, when I'm not in the race, it's a lot easier for me to upload it like kind of immediately. I just need to send it over and then start uploading it. Not sure if you noticed in the last video, but... it took a bit longer to get up, but I did zero compression on that file. All I did at the end was, I think I just threw it over into my editor, put my intro and outro on. Actually, I think I had to do some extra commentary on that one too, but basically the file was 100% of what it should be. So anyways, folks, we're getting ready to go here. You can see the riders we got lined up. I want to see something. How many ladies do we have? We've got Kristen and Mika 1000. That's a brand new name to me, so let's get this started right now. We're off to the races. Here we go. Tour of the Alps, Stage 2. Start off with a tiny bump. You see the riders going up here. We're just sitting on SR71 right now. A little bit of a bump and into a tiny bit of a downhill. Oh, I see Lars is here. Lars, if you see the video, we were cruising around. I think we were looking at the Sacalabra times. Who was doing it this week? Oh, Anthony was doing it this week, Sacalabra. Yeah, you've had a very impressive time. Pretty awesome. Nice work. So, and what do we got here? Nobby Styles off the front. Nobby's doing the attack early, gain a margin, and then slowly drift back. And who's coming up here? Clive Ribbons coming up, just catching Nobby. We're starting the first climb now, 10% gradient here. So if you look at the profile, yeah, it's all in the front. The front quarter of the race, all the climbing. I wonder how much we'll actually get done. Like by the time we get to, yeah, let's say here, if you look at the profile on the bottom of the screen, I got Kraken on screen here, Nobby. Who is this here? Robo Sapien 65, welcome aboard. Cute little avatar there. I like your little pup. Nice little doggy. I got Stu here. Stu's rocking it up right now. So let's see. Oh, Roger's there. So basically we got some nice groups here. Steven cycles at the front, pushing hard, 6 watts per kilo. Steven's decided this is my time. I'm going to catch them sleeping, get a gap, pulled out a quick 35 meters on Clive. Clive, look at this, Mika. Mika's one of our lady riders, and I don't know Mika at all. New rider, level 7, and I think we got some equipment that need to be adjusted here. Power to watts per kilo is just looking really strange to me. So all I can say about this is, new rider, you know, level 7, you're pretty new to Rouvy, probably don't have the weight calibrated just properly at the moment. So we'll get that all figured out. JJ Robinson, here's a new rider to me as well, level 44, so been around Rouvy a little bit. Cruising up nicely. Yeah, looks like about a 70 kilogram rider here. Looking strong. Gidgar is just trailing Lars at the moment. Alex is right up there too. Alex and Jetro side by side at the moment. Got Anthony here. Anthony is, you know, folks, numbers going down slightly. That's across the board on Rouvy. But like Anthony said this morning in the Discord, it's rainy, it's pouring where he is in Eastern Canada. So here's what you do instead. You jump on Rouvy and blast out some massive watts. Let's go. So Anthony did the Sakalaba ride this week. You know, really nice ride. I think only 3 or 4 on my friends group now have actually done it. So trying to get more people to ride it. I'd like to take a shot at it again soon. However, I need to tune up a little bit. Got Roger coming onto the screen here now. Nice group here. Let's take a little look at the map. So I think some of the riders are saying maybe they can get this done in about 31 minutes because it's going to be slow in the front half and then fast in the back. Here we are, trudging our way up the hill. Just leaving the small town that we started in, heading up the forested roads now. And you can see the gradient's going to be changing quite a bit. We got some, we're in the 14% stuff now with Roger. Stu's right behind him. Kraken's there. Rocket's there. Everyone's here. It's like a Team GRC party here. Let's slip to the back. And see what we got back here. Oh, it looks like Sorenel registered, but he didn't get a start in. Sorenel from Eastern Canada. I don't want to say Eastern Canada. I should say Ontario, I believe. Eastern Canada to me is a bit more east, but it's kind of a catch-all, right? Tony's here as well. I'm thinking Tony got a bit of a late start here. And if we watch Tony closely today, look at his level right now. He's level 79. I think he's got it timed perfectly that Tony will hit legend status on this race, on the Team GRC Sunday short race. Just ahead is Dez. So it looks like Tony will be sneaking up on Dez here pretty quick. Andy's in. Okay, Andy's got a little stop on the side of the road. I know Andy was having trouble with his trainer this morning, and this is just a tip for anyone else out there. When you pair all your settings, because we got Andy figured. Here he goes. Andy's rocking again. He must have heard me talking about him. When you look at your sensor screen, top left-hand corner is going to be your trainer. And then besides that is your, to the right of that is your heart rate. In the middle should be your cadence. This is all on the right side. And at the very bottom, there'll be something called controllable. Make sure that's turned on too. Your trainer could be connected, but it's not connected as controllable. When there's a smart trainer only race, it has to be controllable so that you're actually riding the hill. So I think what that means is if your controllable is not connected, but your smart trainer is, so your smart trainer is recording things for you, it's measuring your output, all that kind of good jazz. You're not riding any hills. You're just riding the flats. So when you think you're riding a hill, you're not, because it's not being controlled by the Rouvy software. So we just did a quick screenshot this morning, saw right away his controllable was not connected. So you got to connect both of them. Now, when I used to ride a Tax Flux Smart in the past, I had to manually connect both of them. I think when I had my Jet Black Volt, manually connect both of them. I've noticed with my Tax Neo 2T, if you connect the trainer, controllable gets connected. I think some of the highest level models, this probably applies across the board, I'm sure with like the kicker and all that stuff too, like the highest levels, it probably just auto connects that. Giving you the feature to turn it off later, I guess. So my thoughts on that. So yeah, you can see here Tony's just creeping up behind Des right now. It's a good little climb to start the day. This would be really tough if you don't do a warm-up. And this is kind of like what I do. I just kind of jump on. It's a pretty early start for me, 8:15 in the morning. So we've got Andy up ahead. Good to see Andy's got everything figured out. Rebel 72 up ahead. And that's a good thing to check too. If you're not sure, if you're new to Rouvy, just every time you jump on for a little while, see if that's working. Because in the past, I know for me, it would just disconnect. I've never had that issue with my Neo. Not once. So I'm thinking it was maybe some of the lower model software. Maybe the firmware in them's not updated often enough. Something like that. It's just not communicating all the time, or just disconnects quickly. So Rebel 72 here. Gary's doing nice here, just cruising up beside Honest Jack. New rider for me here. I might have seen this name before. I'm not sure. Nelly68. Been around Rouvy a while. Good to see them hanging out with us. And we've got Pop Danny here. This is a new one for me too. Just struggling here. Just putting down the 4 watts per kilo, latching on to cycling slapshot, Kristen, and another new rider, Defunto. Defunto? Yeah, Defunto. Let's take a look at this group. They should have like 4 riders there all together. Let's take a quick look back here. So yeah, cycling slapshot in the Discord, but Pop Danny's a new rider to us. And you know what? Even though I think that we're going to lose people to outside riding because, sorry for the mouse in the middle of the screen there. Ooh, they're tackling a bit of the 14% stuff here. I can imagine 14-15% here for cycling slapshot at the moment. So we got Nelly68 just hanging on to the back. Remember, Nelly was trying to jump back onto the back end of this and then got hit with some of the harder stuff. It's just backed off to 12% here, but then they're going to steepen up again here, it looks like. Bet you we're going to pop up to 14, maybe 15%. Yeah, we're in the 14% stuff here. Nelly's just hanging on. Just hold on, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Get in there. Looks like should be getting back on cycling here. So Slapshot looks like he's just eased off a tiny bit, knowing that Nelly can help him in the future. Pop Danny, again, new rider. So what I was trying to say before is that I think we're going to lose a lot of riders outside because why not? It's spring. Everyone's getting nice weather. The timing of this race is basically middle of the afternoon in Europe. I mean, who wouldn't want to ride at 3, 2, 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Whatever time it may be where you are in Europe or anywhere in the world. I get it. Makes sense to me. But I think there's a lot of hardcore people that like to ride inside too. And so I think we might see an influx of new people that are like, I don't need to ride outside. I just want to ride inside. I want something hard. This is it, folks. Team GRC Sunday short race. This is your like max blast effort for the week right here. Do whatever else you want throughout the week. Go hard here. Okay, so we got Pop Danny, 16 meters here. We got Defunto. Difuntu, yeah, something like that. Kristen doing very well here. She's on her Trek Madone. Virtual and in real life, I hope. Maybe she'll be outside on that soon. 46 meters up the road, we got SR71. Just loves wearing his Halloween costume. We've got Chris Andel further up. So that 16% stuff is kind of splitting things up here. You can see it all the way now. Something I do want to check. Hey, look, Oscar got on board. Oscar started extremely late, so we do have 34 riders on board. Remember, Sorenel registered. Let me think about this. Yeah. How does that work? If you don't start, if you're registered, you don't start. Okay, so like you don't see me at the start shoot. That's because I didn't enter the race. I only watched it. Sorenel might have entered it and then just had to step away. He forgot that he, took his coffee pot. He had a last cup of coffee, didn't put the pot back, and it was still kind of brewing partially. So he's got coffee all over the floor now, that poor guy. Now he's got to wipe it up. How many times have I done that? You don't want to know. Okay, let's get back up there. Let's just jump right to the front. Let's get in the heat of the action. So JJ Robinson here. Again, we saw this rider briefly earlier, riding really strong. I think it's about a 70-kilogram rider, so new name to me, but obviously been around Rouvy a little bit. Just getting out of the real hard stuff here. And this is interesting because I'm not really calling this the top yet, but there is a bit of a downhill here. A little false flatty downhill, if you know what I'm talking about. If you're in the know, you know. But I'm going to say the top of the hill, if you look at the pointer on the bottom of the screen, let's just say it's there. Because they are going to drop down, kick back up. Then we're going to see how much climbing we actually have left. And you know what's funny is that there's a little bit more climbing left than I thought. I'm going to say we're probably still going to have just under 100 meters of climbing left at that point. So still some places to make moves. Particularly, there is a kick at the end. That's going to mess things up for some people. That last little kick. There's a bit of a kick here, too, where you can get up over the top and get away on these flats. And if you look right at the halfway point, There's a little series of kickers there. And we all know now with the new drafting on Rouvy on these flatter sections, those kicks make a big difference. Ribbons, second place, currently 250 meters, 270 behind J.J. Robinson. Lars a further 200 back. So that hill really smashed the field apart. Steven Cycles looking very strong up here. Antoine Armand, a name I don't see very often, but have seen this name before. Been around Rouvy a lot. Look at the level, 83. Actually, I'm going to bounce back right now. Let's see what Tony's doing. I wish I could see his counter. I want to see it happen. So yeah, Tony should be leveling up here, catching up with Nelly right now. Whoa, Nelly. Okay, let's just, yep. So Oscar should be flying up here really strong. He's got Dez ahead of him, Andy, Honest Jack. So the good thing about Oscar, he starts late. He's going to have a great workout here. Just, the hunted and the hunters, or the hunted. He's the hunter right now. He's on a mission. He's going to use these riders ahead to kind of leapfrog from one to the other. And I find these kinds of rides to be super motivating. I do this a lot online. Actually, I just noticed here that Sorenel is in the ride. Awesome. So I think it was way back in 2021, myself, Jills, and Roger, we rode with Sorenel a lot in the fall, winter of 2021, maybe even into 2022 as well. So he pops in once in a while. What's funny here is I did say earlier that Sorenel is from, I did say Eastern Canada. Sure, it's Eastern Canada, but it's Ontario. That's where Anthony is too. Anthony's stuck inside with the rain today, and that's why we got Sorenel here. That's my story. Yeah, I want that confirmed later. Drop a comment if you know. Tony's still cruising up. Still a level 79. I'm just waiting for that to pop. Passing cycling slapshot. Catching up with Rebel right now. And we can see Pop, Danny, and Kristen up ahead. Tony's on a bit of a mission here today. Riding 4 watts per kilo up here. So, let's say you come to the race late. Don't not start it. Just start it. So I think, when you look back, Sorenel back there, Tony, and I'm pretty sure Oscar GTC all started this late. Riding at 4 watts per kilo, this rider should be a lot further up front. Okay, JJ is up front. Let me take a look here. So we're on Lars. So at this point, I'm going to say, yeah, this split here, or this little banner on the road, that's the top of the first climb. We have 110 meters to go of climbing still. So there's still room to make some moves here. Clive's ahead. Just hammering away. I just noticed too, Clive's an 82. Antoine's an 83. Robo Sapien, yes. Looks like an 83. Yeah, 83 as well. Holy, Bishop's an 86. I didn't even know that. Roger's an 81. Nobby Styles an 85. Okay, let's see some other people. Jay Shu, positive Jay Shu was at the last race. Jay Shu is obviously a pretty seasoned rider, level 77 here. Yeah, I'm just having a good look here. Arluzar, who I see all the time, level 79. I wonder if they're going to pop to 80 today too. This is insanity. Rocket. This might be the race I've seen with the most high-level riders in it. And it might be a little quinky-dink that a lot of them are GRC riders. Folks, hey, what can we say? These are the hardcore riders right here. Roger G. Roger G's been hanging out with us a little bit lately. Thanks for coming out. Gidgar's here. Yeah, this is just seeing the level of these riders. Like, again, 82. Okay, so Antoine's not part of our group. Be great if he was. But yeah, level 83 here. Steven's, really strong here. And Steven hasn't been around a Rouvy that long. In the Discord group for sure. Lots of good input. Level 20. So, first levels, you're going to hit them really quick, folks. Like, you might do your first ride and level up 1 or 2 levels, and then it slows down really fast. I think I had a look on my ride. I think I'm a level 71. Could be totally wrong about that. But yeah, this Robo Sapiens character right here, level 83. We got Alex at 51. Yeah, Alex is progressing quick because I think Alex only started on Rouvy last September, I believe. So he's a level 51 already. He's flying. Nice group here. Look at this group. We got Bashak. Oh, look, and they're pulling up on Robo Sapiens now. The three, Jetro, Bashak, and Alex. And what's funny here is they just kind of moseyed right on by Robo Sapien. Is Robo going to react here? I don't know if Robo got caught sleeping there a little bit. Yeah, he's reacting now. They were probably just carrying a lot of momentum, as they call him, and just Robo didn't apply power at the right time. So it's going to play a little bit of a catch-up here, but is on with them now. So we got these 4 riders together. Let's have a quick map shot here. So we got 4 here. This purple rider at the road will be Steven. So Steven's the purple rider. We got the 4 just behind. They might appear on the map at the side of the screen. And then Antoine's ahead. You can see Lars. Just look at the top left-hand corner of the map right now. I'm circling. That's Lars up there. And there's a green dot just further up ahead. Oh, no, there's a red and green. They're just ahead. The orangey red, that's Clive. And the green is J.J. Robinson. Just blasting down the downhill. Let's bounce back to Alex here. So it looks like they're closing on Steven really quick here. Let's see what's going on here. So Steven, I'm going to say Steven's letting off a bit here. I'm not sure if Steven's decided to wait for this group that's coming up behind them, because he was riding a lot stronger earlier. So we got Bashak. Yeah, Bashak's got him in sights. Bashak has total tunnel vision right now on this rider ahead, Steven, who we all know very well. Be great if these 4 could all get back together. Jetro's taking a turn at the front, 5 watts per kilo. Bashak slotting him behind. Alex getting a little break here. Yep, they're pulling up on Steven right now, down to 10, 12, 14 meters. Robo Sapiens is with them too. Awesome little group here. Bouncing back. Anthony's riding solo today. You know, probably a little bit tired from his effort up the Sacalabra. He rode pretty hard there. Just getting into some of the downhill stuff now, so the numbers are going to drop off a bit here as they're kind of trying to recover on the downhills. Roger's further 400 meters back. Roger's just kind of topped out over the crest. So a little bit of false flatty downhill and then straight bombing downhill. What is the gradient here? So we're on Antoine Armand here. Yeah, so look at this. This is steep. This is like 9, 10, 11% downhill. So great for just coasting, terrible for maintaining your power numbers. This will just eat into your average power output because you just can't spin fast enough. Unless you've got a monstrous gear, which I don't. Okay. Bouncing back, I just want to see. Okay, so let's just make sure we see everyone. We got Roger. Nobby's doing his thing. Nobby's just in some of these little rollers now. Going to pop up quickly here. Gidgar 69. Just entering a little bit of the downhill. Roger G. Riding with Jay Shu. So yeah, these 2 I'd say are relative newcomers to the GRC world. I think Jay Shu, this might be their second, maybe third ride with us. Roger G, I think, has been around a little bit longer. So obviously, you know, this time slot works for them. That's always probably the hard thing about doing races, group rides, whatever it is on Rouvy, is just finding a time slot that works for you. I mean, the majority of these people are probably in Europe. So 7, 8 hours ahead of me, maybe 9 in places. I think Germany's 8 hours ahead. UK's probably 7. So if you're a little bit more east than that, you know, I'm not sure where everyone's at. But probably 7, 8 hours is probably where these people are. So they're all like riding at 3:15, 4:15 in the afternoon. Looking at my time here, it's 25 to 9 in the morning, and I have an hour drive to do here. So this video may be preemptively shut down. So we got Rocket 72, Arluzar. I'm going to make sure I see everyone. Kraken. Kraken's going through the rollers now. He loves the stuff. Yep. False Flat Worlds. This is the greatest thing. I swear I'm going to make a t-shirt. Copyrighted, patented. Can't touch it. It's all mine. Just had to say that. Hey, yeah, here's Stu. So we just saw Chris, Kraken, Stu, John, SR71 here, Tony Yeager, still level 79. When's he going to pop into 80? I know when I've leveled up in the past, it has shown it live on the side of the screen here in the leaderboard, so hopefully we see it. Tony's going after a nice one today, I think. Okay, so, yeah, John and Tony are together. Then we got Pop Danny. Rebel72 is riding with Kristen. Cycling Slapshot, few hundred meters back with Difunto. Oh man, I can't say that name. Diff. Yeah, the Diff. What's a Diff, bro? Nelly68, Honest Jack, Andy Lloyd, Mika. Mika shut it down, I think. Okay, look at this. Oscar. Yeah, this is a great ride from Oscar. Oh yeah, Oscar started late. Thanks for supporting GRC. And Oscar's also getting an awesome ride out of this. Because, you know, up ahead, Oscar... Hey, I didn't see David join. David 1951 has been around for virtually all of our rides recently. But looks like they've disconnected here. And Oscar just went by. So, like, for me, this is pretty fun. So if I was Oscar right now, I'd be like, yeah, look at this. I got Mika just 20 meters up ahead. So, encouraging. Boom. Pass and caught. Now I got Andy 900 meters up the road. But I'll have to watch their powers for a while. Looks like Andy is... Well, I guess he's still got a bit of climbing left here. But you can see, just in the time that I was checking to see how much climbing Andy had left to do, Oscar's already pulled back 50 meters. And it's just going to keep going down. Now, Andy should be able to get away a little bit on this little bit of a downhill in between the main part of the climb and the last little kicker of what I'm still calling the main part of the climb. So right now, Andy's just hitting the peak. Probably he's going to go around this corner past this yellow building on screen here. That'll be the top of the climb. I wasn't sure if there was a banner there before or not. But you can see Oscar, he's using the rider ahead as a bit of a carrot dangling in front of him to chase. And I do this all the time. You know, it could be anyone. Yeah, so there is a banner here marking kind of the top of the climb. Well, the top of the climb, and not kind of. I don't know why I say that all the time. So yeah, look at now. Now Oscar has 760 meters to go. Fascinating. Oscar's cruising downhill, smart, catching a breather, and then is going to kick again here. Knowing Andy's up ahead. He's got a little bit of a beacon to chase. So what I'm going to do now, we follow these folks pretty good. So yeah, this is how I do things too. Make it fun for myself. And a lot of the time, when I jump into a ride, because, you know, I think I'm going to be back to a lot of solo riding here, which is my job and stuff. I'll be riding solo today. I jump into whatever route I feel like. And if there's people there, and I want to ride 3 watts per kilo, and I see someone 5 kilometers up the road riding 2 watts per kilo, that's my training partner. Whether they know it or not, that's my training partner for the day. And generally what I do is, once I catch up with them, let's say there's just me and like 1 or 2 other people on course, and it's kind of solo, lone wolfy type stuff. I do this all the time, and I'm going to continue to do it. So if I'm riding at, let's say I'm riding at 3, and I'm watching you, and I can see you riding at 2.3, 2.4, 2, in that range. So you're not just having a recovery ride, but you're riding something similar. I quickly take off about 30% of my power and see what you're doing, and I'll slow down and try to give you a pull. So I'll ride at 3, hope you're going to ride at 2.3, 2.4, and maybe we can work together and make it a little bit more enjoyable. Help you do the ride quicker, do a little bit, take turns drafting, practice your drafting. You got to learn how to do that too. It doesn't just lock you in. You have to like know how to gauge your effort in that draft. I've done this a lot. I think on one of my most recent rides I did it, and the person was hanging with me as long as they could. But then I saw their power drifting down, so eventually I just push on. But I'll ride with them for as long as I can. Now, if I'm riding, let's say I'm having a great day and I'm riding 3.2, 3.3, and someone's riding 1, I'm not going to slow down. I'm going straight by because they're doing something totally different that day. But if it's like within that 25 to 30% draft effect, yeah, 100% I'm gonna. So watch for me. If you see me coming, and especially, you can let me know too, like when I'm getting close to you, like let's say you're riding like 2, and I see all of a sudden when I'm 20 meters behind that you go to 2.5, I know you want to get on my wheel. That's, to me anyways, that's what you're telling me. I could be totally wrong about this. Maybe you just adjusted yourself in your saddle and you just put a bit more pressure on. But my brain's telling me, hey, this dude wants to ride with me. Let's ride. Okay, that was just random ramblings. Bounce back to the front. J.J. Robinson looks like they're going to lock this one up. It's got a 440 meter gap over Clive. Clive has got this gap he's maintaining over Lars at the moment. Jetro riding strong in that group of 4 or 5 riders. So we've got Jetro, Alex, Bashak, and Antoine. Okay, take a look at this. So earlier on, we watched Alex, Jetro, and Bashak catch Robo Sapiens. And remember, they kind of rolled right by. Looked like a bit of a momentum thing. Those 3 are carrying more speed than Robo. Robo got back on, but Robo has been dropped now. I don't know Robo. Robo's still riding strong, though. Well, the cool thing here is that these 3, Jetro, Alex, and Bashak, have caught Antoine. So you're better off to ride in a group if you can. Work together, save some effort. And so Antoine's doing the smart thing here now. Just work with this group. I'm going to guess that somewhere at this middle point here, if you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a little bit of a kick right through here. Let me just bounce back. So if you can see here where Gitgar is, this little stretch here, Gitgar is the green dot on the bottom of the screen. There's a bit of a kick here of 4 or 5% stuff coming up. I'm thinking they attack through here. And that's where attacked / applied a little bit more effort. It just may have happened naturally. And that pushed Robo Sapiens off the back. It can happen pretty easy. So I'm not saying it was a fully coordinated attack by these 3, but we all know now riding Rouvy enough, and Robo Sapiens is a high-level rider with the new drafting effect. When you're in a flatter section of a course, these little kicks make a huge difference now. You can get away. Because once you're out of the draft, you're kind of gone. It's very difficult to get back on. So we got these 4 here. So it's now 8:45 my time. These riders have 3 kilometers to go. So what I'm going to do is, these are my riders right here. I'm watching these 7 till the end. I'll be instantly pausing, shutting the video down, and I got to run straight out the door. In fact, I'm putting my phones in my pockets right now. Yep, you heard it. 2 phones, work phone, personal phone. It actually drives me insane. I'll probably ditch the personal phone soon and just use it for the other one forever. They told me, they said, hey, just use your work phone for everything. Like, who cares? But I just find it weird. I don't need my wife messaging me on my work phone all day long. Okay, yeah, there's some power being applied here. Look at Alex, 7 watts per kilo here. Yeah, a little bit of a kick here. See that? They're using the kick all the time. And look at this. Ooh, Jetro, get back in there. Get on, Jetro. Okay, so Jetro's only 4 meters on Antoine. Antoine's going to pull back the gap to the 2 in front. Yeah, smart riding here. I love this. So we're going to have a really nice sprint finish here for these 4. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, J.J. Robinson still out ahead. Gap to Clive, about the same as before. Looks like Lars has pulled back a little bit on Clive. It was more in the 260 range before, 270 range. And look at these 4 coming in. They're pulling back Lars. I mean, they're not going to catch him, I don't think. But yeah, this is like a team time trial effort now. Look at these four. Again, we got a bit of a gradient here. A little bit of a slope here. And look at this. Jetro, he's got to get back on right now. If Jetro cracks it all here, he'll be right out the back. Come on, dude. You got this. Okay, 7 meters. He's in the draft. I know I would be like wiping my forehead right now going, okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm back on. I'm back on. I'm back on. So yeah, it's so fun to watch this. Everyone's riding together, helping each other, but they all want to cut each other's throats at the same time. That's just bike racing, isn't it? You're friends until you don't have to be friends anymore. Yeah, that's the best part of it. It's so competitive. Someone's always there to push you. So yeah, JJ is currently only 300 meters to the finish. So going to finish in first place with Clive coming in behind. Then Lars. Okay, so yeah, Lars was able to pull out a bit of distance on him. So Lars was being caught on a bit of a bump. Got on the other side and now is taken off again. I am going to bounce back quickly here because I want to see where he is. So there's Kristen, Tony Yeager. Still level 79. I hope thought he had it figured that he was going to get to level 80 today. I'm going to miss it because I'm going to have to get back to the front to watch this finish. JJ Robinson finishing right away here. Great job. Don't know who you are, but awesome ride. Clive Ribbons looking strong as well. Yeah, Lars managed to pull back a lot of time on Clive here, it looks like. You know, it's got something to do with the hill too, though. A little bit of compression on the course there. So basically, we're going to be down to this final sprint. And then, yeah, I've got... it's going to be tight getting to work. The things I do. Inside Cycling World. Your commentator, Colin. Make sure you share this a lot, folks. If you can, send it to your cycling friends. I know everyone's outside, but if you just want something to watch when you're chilling out, post-recovery from your ride. So here's Clive finishing up. Looking good, 4 watts per kilo here. Lars coming in too. You can just see the finishing banners coming up. See what's going on behind here. We got these 4 maniacs back here. We got Bashak, Jetro, Antoine, and Alex. Let's just see. What are they going to do here? They're only a couple hundred meters from the finish now. Alex has just fallen off the back a little bit. Just lost 10 meters gap somehow. He decided he wanted Metallica instead of Guns N' Roses. Switched his music. Just slipped off the back, Alex. Bashak's pushing hard. 7 watts a kilo. Antoine's countering with 9 watts per kilo here. Antoine's pulling ahead of Bashak. Bashak's countering again over 9 watts per kilo. This is going to be 4th and 5th place coming in right now. Whoa. Technically, I would say that's a photo finish, but I think Antoine might have just squeaked out Bashak there. So close. Yep. I just saw Alex finish there. So Alex made his effort and just kind of coasted across the line. Didn't actually see the numbers, so you know me, I like to say cruise and cruisy a lot. Totally different meanings. Coasting is going to be another one as well. I'll give you the definition in the next few days here. Anyway, folks, I've got an important meeting to be at in an hour and 10 minutes with an hour drive thrown in there. We're going to catch you real soon. Thanks for joining Team GRC on our Sunday short race, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.